Hail adventurers, Pwn Star here with Pwn Star Gaming. Guys, how are you today? Today's video is going to be about treasure maps, and more specifically Witcher's guide to treasure mapping that he has so generously posted on the Ultima Online forums, and it just continues to get reposted. I've recently picked his brain a little bit and scavenged through that entire guide and started doing some treasure mapping of my own. Now lately on the live streams we have been doing Tmaps for viewers, and it's been pretty dang successful. Paired with Witcher's Guide and Manix ExploreOutlands.com, it's the ultimate combo. One thing I have noticed is that the barrier to get into treasure mapping is a lot lower than what you would think, and it's just like Witcher said, it's just a lack of information on exactly how Tmaps work and what to do to make them most efficient. So that's what we're going to talk about today, guys. So sit back, grab yourself a beer, let's talk about treasure maps. And real quick before we get started on that, I do want to remind you guys to go ahead and hit that subscribe and the like button, as we do have a goal for 2,000 subscribers before July 4th. It was 1,500, but as you guys can tell, we've already smashed through that, so we had to upgrade that, and I need your help. Thank you very much, whether you are a new player to Ultima Online Outlands or a veteran player and just like seeing weekly content. All right, first off, let's talk about cartography. Now, cartography, although it is a needed skill to do treasure maps, you don't need it on your main character. I personally have it on my character Jihad Johnny, who is my inscriptionist and my alchemist. He just kind of sits in the house, deciphers the maps for me, throws them in the treasure map tomb, and then Pwn Star on that treasure mapping echo that we're about to go over is the one who actually does the treasure maps themselves. Now, cartography is a very simple skill to GM, as it only takes 11,000 blank maps to do. You can either buy 1,000 blank maps from a map maker at a time, or you can actually craft those with leather and the tailoring skill. Now, as far as the template that I personally use to do the treasure maps on Pwn Star is the typical Witcher build. I do 120 detect hidden and tinkering, that's so I can drop traps. I do 100 magery so I can summon a water elemental. I do 100 tracking to help in case I see a red on track, I can be much more cautious. 97 magery, 91.5 lock picking, and 91.5 remove trap. Let's go ahead and jump on over to Witcher's Guide itself and look at the Excel sheet that he's provided so that we can kind of further break it down so that we can all understand exactly what he's got going on that table, and you guys will see how powerful it really is. So as you guys can see here, I have Witcher's Excel sheet that kind of shows exactly the different bonuses for effective skill bonus and the tools and fortune and all that really cool stuff. So the way it reads, and it took me a second to kind of really break this down and figure it out, is that basically this side right here is going to be the skill, effective skill that you have. So right here, we're going to say that, you know, my character is at 90. Okay, so level 1 maps, I have a 100%, 100, 100, all the way on up to level 4 maps. Then I have a 75% chance of success, okay? But then we're going to go ahead and factor in that I have GM tools, okay? So if I look over here, the GM tools is going to give me an effective skill bonus of 10. Well, they're also, we're going to say, is gold, just for easy math skills. So that's 15 effective points, okay? So I can go ahead and bump this on up to 105. Well, look at that. Now I have a 100% chance for level 4 maps, okay? Well, then guess what? I have tier 12 fortune, so that's 15 more points, okay? So then 15 more points puts me at 120. Well, now I have a 100% chance for level 5 Tmaps. Level 6 is going to be 50, so I need to go ahead and bump it up another 20 points before I can go ahead and do level 6 without chance of taking a trap to the face and dying and potentially losing the treasure chest. I'm not personally in any rush to bump it up another 20 points, as level 6 maps just they're really, really rare. Me personally, I'm going to end up either selling those or having another friend that is typically breaking open our level 8 Tmaps that we do as a guild and asking them to come open those level 6 maps for me if I end up getting any. Now that we have the treasure map decoded and we have our general template set up and ready to go, let's go ahead and hop over to exploreoutlands.com and figure out exactly where this treasure map is and where to go from there. All right, here we are at exploreoutlands.com. If you guys notice, I have this snipping tool up. The snipping tool is very important. That is exactly how you're going to capture the treasure map. It's really, really cool. If you guys haven't already set up exploreoutlands.com, then check out my video over that and it will show exactly how to do that. As you guys can see, you can find different players that are set up on your same mapper, and it helps a lot, especially if you are doing Tmaps and need some help. But either way, let's go ahead and jump over to Pwn Star here. As you guys can tell, I've already got the map decoded. It's pulled up and everything. I'm going to go ahead and snip it. Now, when you snip this, it's really important you don't just grab it like that. Instead, what you want to do is you want to grab right inside the border. If you grab some of the border, what'll end up happening is you're going to end up in some random place. I was getting pretty liberal with the border and finding myself near ossuary there for a little bit and just wondering if it was something wrong with the mapper. Then I quickly realized it was my fault, user error. So then I've right-clicked this and I've hit copy here. I'm going to go ahead and click into exploreoutlands.com and Control V. It's going to copy it in there, and then you want to make sure that it's not centered on your character. So then it's going to find out exactly where it is, and then I'm going to make sure that I have treasure maps enabled. So I know now that it is in zone 36, okay? So now we're going to head on over to zone 36. All right, guys, here we are. I've recalled into just around zone 36. There is a couple different public room libraries you can find. Here's the one that Witcher actually posted, right just looks like north of Terran Moongate. The Sin Guild House has one that I personally use during the streams and outside of them as well. But as you guys can see, Explore Outlands, typically I have it on a second monitor. But it will show you exactly where you're at. Now, as I move closer to this, my character, the little green dot, would be exactly where the X is. And then I pair that along with the actual map itself and make sure I'm in the right spot. And then that's when I would dig up the treasure. All right, and now here we are. We're at approximately the Tmap location. Real simple. We're just going to go ahead and hit our shovel. As you can see, it's going to say you dig up to find something. Here at the bottom right, I am basically hindered for the next 10 seconds or so at this point. So what I like to do is I like to go ahead and get my water elemental up and then invis myself. And that way, they will all attack the water elemental. So right now, all the monsters are on the water elemental. I'm really simply just going to go ahead and drop my traps here. They're just going to go ahead and die as easily as you can see. Now, obviously, you don't have to have a, trapper to do this. I just personally like trappers very, very much. It makes things extremely, extremely easy to do. And there we go. He's dead now. So I'm going to loot those up. I'm going to double click this treasure trap map and start removing the traps. All right, so now they're open. Real simple, just loot everything up, right? There's all kinds of really cool goodies in there for the taking. One thing of note, it is common courtesy to demolish treasure chests. Also, it gives you a chance to give you a really cool treasure chest that you can use as home deco. Something that Witcher recommended in his guide, and I completely agree with him, is have another account with a DPS character on standby or just a friend ready to come recall in at help. Whether it be for PvP or the random chance that a level 1 or level 2 treasure map spawns a Spectral Terror or something similar to that. On the stream, we had a ruby worm spawn and 2 colossal blazing beetles that typically are down in Ossuary 4 or Nucero 4 for the ruby worm, and it was really difficult for me by myself. I was able to pull it off, but those 7 traps, even with the detect hidden at 120 and also a couple gold gold trap and wand damage links was still very difficult for us to kill, and it took us a long time. All the more time that you are at the treasure map means more chance that it could get raided by a red character or even just a random blue saying that he wants that loot inside the treasure chest. All right, and here we have everybody that was commented the last video, something they liked about Ultima Online Outlands, and quite a few people on this one. So let's go ahead and spin it. But before we do that, this one's just normal. All you got to do is just comment below a video suggestion for next week. So here we go. Michael Rohan, congratulations, man. Let's see how much you're going to win today, buddy. Here we have 1 through 100. Let's go. $64,000 gold. All you got to do, man, is just message me on Discord and I will gladly meet you in shelter with your check for 64,000 gold. All in all, Witcher, thank you so much for putting that guide together. It, for me, particularly helped open up treasure map hunting and really just created a new aspect of the game for me. And also thank you to you, Manic, for adding yet another addition to exploreoutlands.com that also works with resource maps, by the way, guys. So make sure and check that out as well. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a subscriber. We do have our goal for 2,000 subscribers by July 4th. So if you haven't already, just hit that subscribe button. It's completely free. Also, check out me on stream 8:30 p.m. Eastern. On Wednesdays and Saturdays, we stream Ultima Online Outlands, and it's a ton of fun. Other than that, we have our beer of the day. Today's beer of the day is Raw & Sons Dadgum IPA. These guys are out of Fort Worth. It's really funny. I ran into a guy that was showing me pictures of his gym that he works out in Dallas, and there was a Raw & Sons picture on there, and I was like, yeah, they were a really old one, and they actually, Raw fell into a pit and burned his hand and this and that, and then gave it to his son. And he was like, wow, you know a lot about them. And I was like, you have no idea, my friend. I did not tell him about the channel. Didn't think he would care too much, but either way, here we go, guys. Raw & Sons Dadgum IPA. I really like that one. I like that one a lot. So other than that, guys, Bone Star Gaming out.